Hello, 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 hello. Sean Brady bringing you another fabulous episode of the Medici Marketplace podcast. And I am here with the amazing, fabulous CMO, Brett C. Kline. Brett, how you doing today?
I'm doing good, Sean. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. You kidding me? This is awesome. You popped in on the other one, and we're here.
Yeah.
So
Too bad we can't be in a minivan in a Starbucks parking lot.
The swagger wagon.
Yeah.
I know you're a little jealous.
Yep.
Just a little bit. That being said, we're in Medici Media Space, and this is pretty cool. So this is one of my favorite rooms. We are in the guitar room. You will hear music thumping in the background. Why? Because it's a media space.
That's right.
And I think they're recording something back over there in Studio A.
Yep.
So, today we're talking about Marketplace, and we're also talking about things that you've seen other companies do from a CMO, Chief Marketing Officer standpoint, right? You have a deep history of being not only very strategic, but I'm trying to think of the right words, not strategy. What was your position title when you worked with casinos and hospitality?
Mostly relationship marketing. So what that means is customer engagement, loyalty programs.
Programs.
Yep.
That's what I was thinking of.
Database, marketing.
So all the things, and you didn't just do it here stateside. You went international as a consultant for this.
I was in Macau, southern tip of China, for about 3.5 years.
And you just showed me a cool pic of you and your son at the Pacquiao fight.
Yeah, Manny Pacquiao and Brandon Rios fight.
Filipino side strong.
That was 4 years ago. Hard to believe.
4 years ago?
Yeah.
Man, it goes like that. But now you're here.
Now I'm in St. Louis.
Fabulous St. Louis.
Macau to St. Louis.
And heading up and leading the charge for Medici Marketplace.
Right.
The unagency.
It is the unagency for sure.
So what the heck is that all about? Tell the audience what's going on.
I just happen to be in the right place at the right time. You know,
I feel the same way.
I appreciate the sentiments that, I'm leading the agency or the marketplace, but at the end of the day, the marketplace is a collection of about 25 amazing individual companies, amazing in their own individual right, and their experts and the expertise that they bring to the table, the disciplines that they pursue. I mean, I'm just a small part of the ecosystem.
Well, and I think that'll become more clear to the audience out there as they watch more podcasts or video episodes, and certainly the Facebook Live, because what our intention is to record everyone.
That's right.
And give a little insight, in not only for industry professionals, but to help businesses out along the way.
Yep.
So maybe they need people like us, maybe they don't. So that's one thing I wanted to find out from you is, given your areas of expertise and what you've done, how can the small, medium, or even large-sized business, what are some of those things that, oh my gosh, you walk in and you immediately see something that they could be doing a whole heck of a lot better, that it's like, oh my gosh, please just change this one thing. Are there a couple, 3 things like that would make a difference that you see right away?
The place to start, I think, is the why. I think with every company to truly understand what their purpose is and why they chose to pursue whatever endeavor they choose to pursue. In this case, happens to be in a business context, but why did they start the company that they started? What are their true passions? And I think once you uncover that is a very unique differentiator that every company can go to market with. Is their purpose and their why. Yeah,
I would say I love Simon Sinek's book, Start With
That's
Why.
That's what it is. It's the golden circle.
And I've not only read the book, listened to it, but go back and watch a lot of those YouTube videos around that. And in fact, I encourage people to introduce themselves as their why.
Yep.
A lot of times, instead of just when you're at networking events or things like that, it's like, what's the real thing behind it? Because that's what people really want.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the things? So what's the why for Marketplace, and what do you see? How can what your expertise does connect people with their why?
Just a little bit of background. I started my consulting practice back in March of this year, so it hasn't been too long, this entrepreneurial journey that I've been on.
But how long before that were you actually working industry?
Oh, I was 20 years in the gaming and hospitality industry.
So it's not like you just kind of fell off the boat here.
No, but working for large companies and being in large institutions and organizations, you scrap and claw every day to try to influence and influence in the biggest way that you possibly can to get people to do things that they wouldn't otherwise do for themselves,
right,
or think about themselves. When you're running your own company, that's it. You've got to figure it out on your own.
Right.
And that's what got me to Medici, because I started a consulting practice that was intended to be a fractional chief marketing officer consulting practice. The challenge that I had early on was how was I going to scale myself? I'm only one person.
Right.
And then with my clients, if they needed work done, how was I going to do that? So that's where Medici came into play. I joined Medici back in March and realized that this was how I scale. I was going to be able to build virtual teams, if you will,
right,
whether it's graphic designers or website developers or communication architects or copywriters, digital marketers, you name it.
We have a lot here.
Yeah, so I could put together teams of people and based on the work that needed to be done. So fast forward to August, the member base grew pretty substantially. From the time I joined, there was about 45, 50.
I think you're right, about 50.
And then by August, they had passed 100. Mm-hmm. And so with Brian Lunt and Josh Levy, the two co-founders of Media Space, we were looking back into the community, and we saw about 30% of the member base fell into some shape or form marketing and media services.
Yeah.
So we thought, just in terms of order of magnitude, how big can we possibly go?
Hey, look, there's Matt
Hey,
Durant.
Matt. How you doing, Matt?
And Tom Loden up in Chicago. Hey, Tom, how are you? Great to see you. So
I've lost my train of thought.
see, no, but we have a lot of digital happenings
very
going
organic
on right now. So Cynthia Carell, another Marketplace member. Hello, Cynthia. How are you?
No,
you'll be up in the future.
How much more time do we have?
You have about another 8 minutes.
All right.
But I know you have to go to a meeting. So
yep,
share a little bit more with our podcast audience,
sure,
on just exactly that.
No, so we thought let's unite these 30 companies onto a platform,
yep,
which then became Medici Marketplace. I, again, was at the right place at the right time. I raised my hand and said, I'm going to go do this.
Yeah.
And so we did. We invested in a website which launched on November 17th. We have about 25 companies and growing that are part of the marketplace. And my role in all of this, I see kind of two things. One is to grow the marketplace. And so I do spend time meeting with other marketing companies, graphic designers that are working out of their basement and they want to join a community, or met with somebody down at the Cortex facility this past Monday, and it's more of a full-service marketing agency. And it took about 10 minutes to talk about the marketplace, and they said, how do I join? I want to be a part of that.
Well, and I'm sure you've had conversations like this. I know you've had conversations like this, as have I,
right,
where people aren't even in St. Louis. They're in another state or another major city or around the world, and they're like, well, is that something that I can be a part of? And we're working on that.
To be TBD. We do actually I have a couple of folks that I've worked with in the past, in prior lives, and they fall into a discipline that we don't currently have. So database segmentation and analytics, I know we have that, but as a specialty, I would love to have that as a capability for the marketplace. Currently resides in Denver, and so she's really fantastic at what she does, and she really wants to join. And so we're going to figure out a way to make that happen as basically a virtual member.
Great.
And then the other part of how I spend my time is trying to bring as much opportunity back into the marketplace as possible. And that is new clients. We're onboarding a couple already, just since November 17th. I get to play what I like to do is a more strategic role in figuring out their why. And then we have some experts that are going to be on a project basis working together to help those companies out.
So I don't overstep it. Brett C. Kline, what's your why?
What's my why? What led me to start my own company, and this is something I've been thinking about for many, many years, is that I want to I want to help as many companies as possible. And it just so happens that now I get to help in the formation of the marketplace, a platform that outwardly helps companies that are in the business community help grow their businesses. But then internally within the marketplace, I get to help out and partner and collaborate with other companies and and help them grow.
Yeah.
And so there's this kind of this perpetual virtual purpose that I have of outwardly helping and inwardly helping companies reach their potential.
That's awesome.
And beyond.
Yeah, I always, my why is a little different, but I think.
Yeah, what's your why?
Well, it falls.
Sorry for not asking.
No, that's okay. Well, I was thinking about mine, but it always comes back to I love making people smile.
Yeah.
Right, and I love people being happy, and if they can be happy in their careers.
Yep.
That's why I started Prosperous Careers, the Lunch and Learn that I do online, and I've been pulling people together there. But I also saw that I could make an impact with the things that I was doing, and if I can get people a little bit happier and a little bit more smiley, then they can do their jobs with a little more, I don't know, bravado, just happiness.
Yep. Well, you're
right?
good at that.
It's we all have our own gifts.
You're good at that.
Thank you. Well, that's why I keep doing it.
Yeah, keep doing it.
And that's not unique to all of Marketplace, where everybody has their core strength. Mm-hmm. And there is a tie that binds, which more people will find about as these threads go out live and out in the social media universe. What else would you like to share about Marketplace, about what you specifically do from a strategy standpoint? What else could help people and empower them, whether we get to meet them or not?
Well, I do still have my consulting practice, and it is listed on the Marketplace.
Right.
So not only am I kind of on the forefront of helping put the platform in place, but also I am a part of the Marketplace itself.
Right.
And so I do want to continue to help out companies as a fractional chief marketing officer, opportunities and retainers that might be out there. I have the privilege and the blessing of working with some great companies already that will hopefully be long-term relationships for me. And while I'm focused on the Marketplace, I also, I'm focused on continuing to grow my business as well.
Very strategic of you.
Very strategic. Strategery.
Strategery.
Are we ready for some product placements?
Oh yeah, we can do that. So go ahead.
Drink it. Well, no. Let's.
So I brought this in today because I loved it from a marketing standpoint, and this is just a caveman product. It's you can find it at your grocers, but what I loved, it's Man Caved Craft Eats, and I got these breakfast sausages, an all-in-one breakfast sausage.
Great packaging.
I know, but it was great packaging. So look at this. For those on video, it opens up. You can look at the product on the inside. There's even stuff on the inside of the box. If you can see that there, right? So you could actually open up the box. But what I found on the packaging of the sausage inside was this sticker. And for those of you in the podcast, I can't see that. There it is right there. It says, "Craft love, obsessively crafted in our micro batches by our renegade chefs."
They'll be sending you a check here in the next couple of weeks.
As they should. And all I have to do is at Man Cave Eats. They already says, like, hey, here where we're at on Instagram. But then I also love this thing here. And it says, show off your fight bait. I
bet they're wondering right now, why are our sales up like 20%?
I know. I've been back against hunger. So right there, you can buy their stuff. This is on the inside. I didn't know this was in there. Right?
That's great.
Yeah, the Sean Brady Show.
Oh, wait. Grab a guitar. This is, hey, Brian. This creation behind us is actually
Brian Lunt.
Brian Lunt. Thank you.
So bite back hunger.
Hi, Karen.
There's Karen Levy. We tagged you so you can post this a whole lot easier. We're Facebook Live right now. Excellent. Another one of our fabulous Medici and Media Space members. But I love that.
I think it's fantastic.
So,
I'm drinking. I'm boring. I'm just drinking a Sprite.
Just drinking a Sprite. Oh, and they give you $1 off for giving to kids. How smart is that?
Yeah.
Hey, Brian Lunt.
And Josh.
There they are. We speak of the founders right there. So I love this piece of marketing. What would you like? This is packaging, right?
Yep.
So is this go to strategy, or is this like a different genre of marketing, would you say?
Well, Is it strategy? I think
Well, how would you
to get to that, there was probably a lot of strategy that went behind it, for sure.